so I apologize. You know, just captains are the same captains we've had. We're locked in right there, right now at least, and that's probably a good thing. We've got Adrian Claiborne, Carl Klug, and then Ricky Stanzi, Julian Vandervelde. These are our captains. Looking backwards, you know, just briefly, it was a good win, certainly. Good to get a win on the road in the conference, and something we'll have to try to do again this week. And then, obviously, I think we were very fortunate to come out of the victory. So that's kind of the end of that thing. We move on now and face a tough challenge in Northwestern. And just in a nutshell, you know, they're a very good football team, extremely well coached. They've got good players that really compete hard and you know, play good football. So yeah, it's going to be a tough challenge for us. We've got a lot of work to do this week, and hopefully we'll be ready to go on Saturday.
You said Saturday you expected Adam to play. Is everything a go with that?
Yep, as far as I know, he's practicing today, and yeah, he's trained. You know, Sunday ran, he's lifted and all that stuff, so he's fine to go.
Saw Norm outside. Be back with you guys then, a limited basis? Yeah,
the good news is we passed on 380 on Friday. He was coming down from Cedar Rapids as we were going up to the airport, and so he got home Friday. He's been in this week, you know, very limited basis right now, and is going through therapy. He's over doing that right now. So I don't know if he'll make the trip or not. There's a chance of that, and it's very limited, but it's a, you know, a great first step certainly. And I think like anybody in that situation, he's got a lot of ground to cover right now from endurance and strength, that type of thing. But it's a huge, you know, huge step for him. It's just good to have him. I know he feels good about being home.
It must give you the lift to have him, even for a few hours or minutes.
Yeah, you know, Sunday was his first day in the office, and it was great seeing him. Great to hear his voice, and he had a few you know, comments to make about things in general, so that was good. Got a good sense of humor about everything, and I think he's excited to be back. It was great to have him at the end of the table. We told him we had to move LeVar out of that seat because as soon as Norm vacated, LeVar was sitting in that chair, you know, within 20 seconds, and so we had to bump him back out. So Norm had his place to sit again. But I'm joking. But anyway, no, it was great having him back in the office.
Just to clarify on Adam, was that a concussion that he suffered in Michigan State?
Yeah, he was injured. He was injured. So I mean, you know. He's fine. He's ready to go.
How do you guys proceed forward now with LeVar and Norm? What can you guys do just to kind of balance the workload there?
I mean, Norm's not doing an awful lot, as you might imagine, and so you know, I guess we're on the honor system or whatever. But I don't think we're getting any competitive advantage out of this. And LeVar's basically just helping out on the field, helping out a little bit in the office, and if Norm's on duty, then LeVar won't be. We'll just kind of see how it goes.
One of the, I guess, the best positives that came out of Saturday was that a number of freshmen really stepped up for you. Are you surprised that these guys have been able to perform the way they have when they've been kind of thrust into duty?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm surprised, but I'm certainly pleased that they have done it. And quite frankly, it's a little bit like our 04 team. If you look back, you know, we won a Big Ten championship that year. And I can think of 3 walk-ons that we had starting for us: Considine, Tyler Lupke, and Pete McMahon. You know, we would have been sunk without those 3 guys. And certainly Saturday, I think you look at the 3 freshmen that played a pretty prominent role. Fair to say the same thing. We've been in serious trouble without those 3 guys out on the field. So, yeah, maybe somebody would have filled in their spot, but I think all 3 of these guys are doing a nice job. They're good young players, and most of all, I've just been pleased with how they've handled things. They've really handled the circumstances really well. So that's a real positive for us.
When you look at a team like Northwestern, which has kind of struggled a little bit defending the pass, but then you guys have what you want to do, how do you balance that a little bit, a perceived weakness versus what your own philosophy is?
Well, I mean, you know, if you go off that stat stuff, it's, you know, on paper we probably should have matched up a lot better and scored more than 18 last Saturday. I think, you know, looking at the stats, but, you know, we came out with 18, which I think is the lowest we've been, right? Is that fair to say? 2 losses, right? Yeah. Okay. So I don't think we've scored less than 18 in a game. I don't think. And you know, on paper, I don't think anybody would have projected that. So, you know, all I know is we need to play better. We need to execute a little bit better, and need to coach better.
How much? We always ask this every week. Now that Marcus has kind of proven himself a little bit, shown ball security and stuff, how do you see divvying up the carries?
In the odd season, we're worried about how to handle 3 backs. Then we were worried about having 1 back. Now we got 2. So we'll figure it out. But it was a good first step, certainly for Marcus. And, he got hit in that Michigan State game too, so I thought that's really the first time the varsity was whacking at him. And, he's a lot better player than he was back in August. So, and I thought, he showed us a lot of things he did behind the scenes too, more subtle on Saturday. That I think all of us feel a lot better, just like we feel better about James Morris now. We certainly feel better about Mike Meyer too.